Hi there, this is a WhatsupWestman.ca feature interview podcast. I'm Sean Cameron. After spending almost a decade of his early career in Nashville, Tennessee, Canadian country singer Paul Brandt has come home. He since has started a family, formed his own record label, and moved beyond the music as a recognized name for his humanitarian work. Brandt, though, has not let his success as the most decorated Canadian male country music singer go to his head. He still holds close to his heart the values of family, friends, and doing something more for your community. It was our honor to talk with Paul this week about his tour, his upcoming show in Westman, March 11th, and what he's been up to since coming back to the music scene. Please enjoy this pre-recorded segment with Mr. Paul Brandt.
This piece of heaven that I found, rocky mountains and black fertile ground, everything I need beneath that big blue sky. It doesn't matter where I go, this place will always be my home. Yeah, I've been Alberta bound for all my life, and I'll be Alberta bound till I die.
First of all, coming home a few years back, how has it changed your career?
I was really worried about it, honestly. I lived in Nashville for 9 years, and back when I started in the music industry back in 1996, it was really important for an artist in country music to go to Nashville and get your start there. That was kind of the best way to do it, and I always had this feeling in the back of my mind that if I left Nashville, maybe things would kind of start to spiral career-wise, and really for me the opposite happened. I had always had my heart set on moving back to Alberta. We have all of our family are here, my family and my wife's family, and we just really love it here, and so we wanted to move back in either way. But since moving back, things have been busier than they ever have. It's just been absolutely nonstop, and it's exciting to be back with new music right now. It's been 4 years since we've had new music, and it seems like things are just to continue to truck along. It's been good.
Definitely an addition too with family time. It probably a lot nicer to be closer to home.
Yeah, we've taken that 4 years off to start a family, really, and we've got a little boy, Joseph. He's almost 4 years old, and Lily is about 15 months old now, and we're just having a blast with them. But it's definitely important to have those built-in babysitters with the grandparents and aunts and uncles around. So it's been a really good move for us.
Just a quick question about March 11th, Westman Place here in Brandon. What can people expect from the show?
We get two comments all the time. I get it, almost every time I stay to sign autographs or hang out with folks that come to the show. One of them is, I don't usually really like country music very much, but I like what you do, which is a pretty cool compliment, I think. And the other one is, you guys just look like you're really having a lot of fun up there. And that's really our goal when we get up on stage, is to make sure that we're doing our best to play the music in a way that's entertaining, and we just let the fact that we're having fun come through and really impact the audience. So that's our goal, is to just show up and have a great time and play some music and have a good time with everybody.
I noticed High Valley playing with you as well. I know there's kind of a personal connection between yourself and High Valley.
About High Valley, years ago, they were just kind of making some waves in the music industry, and one of the radio promoters in Canada had thrown a recording of a song that they had done called Change Your Mind. It was the rock song Change Your Mind, and I thought they did a great job with it, and got to see them play live, and just was really impressed with how talented they are. And since then I've written songs with them, I've produced a couple of songs on one of their albums, and we just become good friends, and when the opportunity came up schedule-wise for both of us to be able to be working together, I asked them to come and be a part of this tour, and they've just been tearing it up. They're doing a great job. Fans are loving what they're doing, and they've got big things in store for them for their career.
Outside of music, what accomplishment would you say you're most proud of?
Oh boy, I think for me probably it's just been becoming a father. I just love being a dad to my kids, and they really just change everything. They change your outlook and the way that everything happens in life, and it's been a really good change for me. It's been probably the thing at the top of the list.
Give it away, best Canadian country album on iTunes Rewind right now, with the song Together Again kind of picking up steam. What do you attribute you to continued success to?
You know, I don't know. I just feel really blessed that I get to still do it. I always tell people that, you know, when they ask me about what I do, I say, well, it's better than a real job. I'm having a blast, you know. I remember when I got the call from a record company. I was working as an RN at the Alberta Children's Hospital, and I never would have imagined that I'd end up, you know, 15, 16 years later still doing all of this. But that week I got a call from a record company, and I also got offered a job in ICU, and I had to make a choice. And for me, the riskier of the two was trying it in Nashville, and it really paid off. You know, it's been an incredible journey. I've traveled the world and met amazing people along the way, and I still love it. I wanted to challenge myself to do something that was taking a chance and something that I could have a lot of fun doing, and it still definitely is that every day. What
would you say the best advice you were ever given?
Oh boy. I was asked that question recently, and I had a tough time coming up with an answer. I've got a great uncle. He's probably the biggest hillbilly in the world, and he'll admit it. And he used to take me fishing all the time when I was growing up. And you know, he's admittedly a bit of a redneck, and one of his favorite things to say while we were fishing, we'd go through these long periods of silence, not saying anything, and he'd just turn to me and say, you know, Paul, 50 years from now, none of this is going to matter. And I always thought that was kind of a funny thing to say, but I think in some ways it's a good way just to say, you know, don't take yourself too seriously. You know, you just do the best that you can with what you've got, and that's what I'm trying to do, and I think that was probably a pretty good little piece of advice.
Brandt record, 2 honorary doctorates, performing for royalty last year. What do you feel keeps you grounded?
Yeah, I've got a great family, and they give me a good Swiss kick in the butt whenever I get too far above my raising, you know, and they just, they're really, both my wife and you know, the rest of my family, they just, they help me to really keep it real, and I think that, it's really fun to get to do what I do. I really feel blessed, but everybody's got a job. Everybody has something that they go out and they do every single day, and they do their best at it and work hard at it. And just because I get to sing and be on the stage doesn't make me any more special than anybody else. So they really help me with a lot of that, especially early in my career. It's hard when people are always telling you that you're something special. You start to kind of believe it, but it's you know, it's just me going out and doing what I feel like I was made to do, and I feel really fortunate to get to do that. If you weren't singing, what would you be doing now? I probably would have followed along that career path working at the hospital, you know, and that would have been fine. You know, I imagine myself as probably working in pediatrics somewhere. I really enjoy working with kids. When I worked at the Children's Hospital, that was something that I really liked a lot, and I probably would be that guy in the lab coat, you know, walking in and trying to make sure that the poor little kid wasn't going to get scared while we were taking care of him, you know, and I think that would have been a neat way to go to. That leads me perfectly into my next question. Build it forward, gifts of hope. It really kind of branched out beyond music. What do you attribute that sort of phase 2 of your career, so to speak? You know, right from the beginning, we've tried to partner with different charities and organizations and use this music as a platform to do good things. One of the things that we partnered with the fans on was with World Vision and raising awareness and funds for that organization. We've also worked with an organization called Samaritan's Purse quite a bit. One of our tours, the Risk Tour, we gave fans the opportunity to purchase a water filter that would provide clean drinking water to 8 to 10 people. And in return, we entered them into a contest. The person who won was from Woodstock, Ontario, and she'd never really traveled outside of the country before, but she came with me to Ethiopia and to Egypt, and we built these water filters together. And we used the music to do something bigger than just the music. Now, we've started our own foundation. It's called Priceless, and the idea behind it is just to promote the limitless value of human life. And that can take on a lot of different forms. One of the forms that it took on in this past year was the Build It Forward television series. And we built 7 homes for families at risk of homelessness here in Alberta, we asked them if they would be willing to go to a developing country, to Haiti or to Mexico first, and build a home for someone else. And it was a life-changing project for everybody who was involved, and we really had a great time doing that. And we also did a fundraising event that was a part of our foundation priceless, and raised funds for the town of Slave Lake and the fire that they just went through, and ended up raising quite a bit of money for them. So it's a fun way to use the music. A portion of proceeds of everything that we do now goes into the foundation, and we'll be doing a lot of really, really cool projects that will impact people around the world over the coming years using that foundation now.
Awesome stuff. Favorite song to perform?
Boy, it's tough. You know, the songs, because I'm a songwriter, they kind of become your kids, and you don't like one more than the other. You just kind of like them for different reasons. And I think if I had to pick maybe one or two, you know, I Do is definitely a special one for me because it was my first #1 song, and it was just a song that really took on a new life in that it just became a part of so many people's own wedding ceremonies and their own lives. So it's always a fun one to play live, and I gotta say, it's not one that I wrote, but it's always a lot of fun to play. I love playing Convoy live. It's just a blast. People get into that song, and it takes them to a different place, and it's a lot of fun to perform.
Excellent. And lastly, kind of a fun curveball question for you. What would people find on your iPod today?
You know, I like to listen to a lot of different kinds of music. It probably, you know, wouldn't be as expected as one might think. I listen to a lot of classical music, and so you'll see different, very different types of classical music on the iPod. I've been listening to an album that is an album by a very popular classical artist named Yo-Yo Ma lately. I also like U2. I'm a huge U2 fan. There's a great band called Leland that I've been really getting into their music lately. So it's kind of all over the map. You know, I love country music, and I really feel like it's my musical North Star. You know, that's what I'm definitely about. But I like to listen to a lot of different types of music for sure.
Well, much appreciated. I wish you all the best on the tour. Safe travels. God bless, and thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you for taking the time. It's great chatting with you.
All right, you take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye now.
It's a pride that's been passed down to me, deep as coal mines, wide as farmers' fields. Yeah, I've got independence in my veins. Maybe it's my down-home redneck roots or these dusty old Alberta boots, but like a Chinook wind keeps coming back again. Till I die.